All right, so I pretty much got it done. To remodel the whole house, I already did 1, 2, 3 rooms. Now I gotta do 1, 2, 3, and a back porch. So this room's almost done. I'm actually making this into like a studio, and there'll be like a little wall. I'm gonna have a transition strip here, and this side will be like a little kitchenette area with this microwave, refrigerator. And there'll be a wall right here, and a bed here. And then the bathroom, already ripped the toilet out in the tub. And so, trying not to fall through the hole there in the pool. I had to cut something underneath. So, I'm pretty happy with the living room. The floor is about 90% done. It won't take long to finish that out, put a transition strip, and knock this out. To remodel a whole house and the yard, building decks and everything, and cutting trees down and building fences. I might have to put a driveway right there, a concrete driveway. I'm just gonna keep going. This is my hobby, so I don't need to watch TV. To be honest with you, nobody needs to be watching TV. The reason I did that floor, that different color, which I'm gonna have a transition strip, it's gonna have a feel when this is all clear out. It's gonna have a feel like this is the bedroom, this is the sitting area, and so it'll look a lot better. I already got it in my mind how I want it. And so this room is pretty much 90% done, because I'm just going to rent it out to people who need a place to live. The cheapest hotel in this area, and a lot of people are living in hotels, is $400 a week. So you can get at least $200 a week for this. I put a roof, after I remodeled the other side 4 years ago, I put a roof on this house 2 years ago. I cut a tree down, and I made it to where you couldn't even walk back here before. Now it's a 4 foot wide. And so that's the old mailboxes I took down. And so doing the yard work is harder than anything. These are the kind of vines. Look at this vine right here. These are the kind of vines I had to dig up and get on my hands and knees with an axe and just cut all the vines. It was crazy. And then I came up with an idea. So this is a floating deck. And I came up with an idea with this porch where I thought, yeah, I could make this a non-slip just by putting roofing material down. And when it snows, it melts. In the snow, it's gone. It melts. Because that black tar absorbs the heat. I had to clean up. This is not my property, but all this, I had to clean all that out and dig all that up. That was a job right there in itself. But I wanted to make sure there weren't any snakes over there. I know for a fact, if I finish this, because I've already had people walk by and say, "What are you doing?" It's rental property. I know for a fact I could put flyers right down here. People are paying their rent on time, and I'll say, "Look," or even over here, I can say, "Look, I'll beat their price. I'll beat their price with I'll cut your rent in $200 a month or something like that." And they'd be on that like white on rice, you know. I mean, I'd have unlimited unlimited renters right next door because it's word of mouth, you know. So when something opens up, be full just like that. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before everything starts to flow like I want it. And if you do a little bit each day, let's say you do 2 projects a week, or one, even if you do 1 project a week and you do a little bit on that project every day, it's going to feel like it just happened. And most of that stuff's free. Most of that stuff's free wood and stuff like that. Tonight I'm gonna come over here and mow that when the sun goes down, when it's cool. They just remodeled that house. Looked rough, and they remodeled it. Looks like a brand new house. Yeah, it's all about internal, people. So when you get the internal right, you can do anything. But you don't want to kill your body, you know. You don't want to stress your body out. And you want to take care of your body. So whenever you do a project, unless you just want to take a week's vacation, just go over there and kill yourself, or a 2-week vacation. But it's still a mental thing. It's a heart thing and a mental thing. If God is not in it, you're just fighting against a wall, or if he's working on your heart. But when God's in it, it just flows, just like the rest of that floor. I knocked it out. I had a plan. I found the right strip, the transition strip I want. I got the idea in my mind. And so when God's in it, everything just flows, you know. It just flows. And I had somebody give me a job offer. I was in the Home Depot. He says, I need 3 people right now. He said, part-time or full-time. He said, put the application online. I said, for the right price, yeah, I'll switch. And it'll be right near the house. And I can leave work and go work on the house. Might even move in. I might just throw a toilet in there real quick. And a makeshift shower till I get it done. You just have to walk by faith. You have to trust God. You have to get your heart right. You have to not be divided. A double-minded man's unstable in all his ways. And we're all human, and things happen, health stuff, financial stuff. You know, things happen to slow you down, but it don't necessarily mean you have to stop forever. You might take a rest. So I saw this, used to be a Revco, then a Walgreens or something, and it was always had bad business. And notice they just bulldozed it down. And what is my point? If it's not useful, whether it's a building, your body, your heart, your vision, your mind, if you're not being useful, God is going to bulldoze you down. And so when I took that year off, took July off, August, I said, let me just take till December. And then I said, I'll take a whole nother year. I was still working a full-time job, but I wasn't useful like I was before. And the devil tried to come in and steal, kill, and destroy. Just like David, when he was sitting in the palace and the rest of his army was out fighting, he was in the palace chilling, and he got in trouble, right? Same old stuff. Nothing new under the sun. Life repeats, doesn't it? And so the object lesson is you can't just be sitting in living this life not being useful. Whatever gift God gives you, you better use it. Yeah, you can take a vacation, but you've got to be useful for something down here. It's almost as if God was saying, okay, you're going to take a year off, but we're going to remodel your mind and your heart and your vision. And it's going to be painful. It's going to be so painful that you're going to come out on the other side a new creature with a new vision. And it's like, wow. And you look back through the process and you're like, it's almost like everything was already pre-written. Actually, I had a dream when I was in college. That happened decades later. That dream actually appeared in the holographic reality decades later. The exact dream appeared. It happened. It's hard to believe, but everything in the dream was exactly the way it ended up. I saw in a dream, decades before it happened, what actually played out. Now, what was that about? Well, it was about when I was in college. I was going to college for engineering and math. And the reason I was going is for money, get a good job, a lot of money, right? But money is not necessarily the secret, because if you hate what you're doing, and some people have to compromise. Compromise their health, compromise their morals, whatever, just to get that money. And it ain't worth it. And so I remember in college, the mindset that I had, I got to work hard, I got to get this degree to get a good job to make a lot of money. Well, the motive, after I got some good jobs, I said, I don't even like this job. I'm going back to doing what I enjoy doing, you know. And so when the dream manifested decades later, it was a money issue again, way back when I was in college, and I had overcome that already. So there were two main issues that I had already overcome, but it was like one last test to see if I really overcame it. It was like one last final test to see if I overcame two things from way back in college. And I'd like to say I passed the test. I did fail a little bit, but I passed the test because I wasn't drawn into a fake reality bubble. Because July and August, I was talking about how Adam and Eve fell into the fake reality bubble. Eve was the main culprit there, but Adam went down with the ship by choice. He chose to go down with her. She was in delusion. And that delusion, Adam knew what the delusion was, but he chose to go down. He made a conscience. He was not in the deception. But he knew as a prophet, he had to go down with the ship because Eve didn't know what she was getting into. She was stepping into a fake reality. The good thing about that remodel is I always have something to do. After work, I can do ride share, I can remodel. There's always something to do. I mean, I have unlimited. I have a hobby that will never end. I mean, this is for real. A hobby that will never get boring either, because you can actually treat your remodel as an artwork. You can be an artist. Your artwork. In other words, you can design it and implement it how you want it. What's the temperature out today?
I'm not sure.
I was over there working on that house, and I was sweating like a dog.
I know it's cooled off here so lately.
I don't have an air conditioner in there, so I'm in there working and sweating like crazy.